Most founders, they think that they're building an empire, but what they're really building is a house of cards. And they don't see the cracks until everything comes crashing down. So today I'm going to show you the 3 warning signs that your successful business is actually a ticking time bomb and why ignoring them could cost you everything that actually matters. So when I was growing up, my dad missed almost all my games. He missed pretty much every dinner and every moment that mattered. And he was a brilliant doctor. He was successful. He was respected, but he wasn't there. And so on his deathbed, he grabbed my hand and you could just tell his eyes were swelling up with emotion. And he said, "Don't miss Leo's games. I missed too many of yours." And that wasn't advice. That was a dying man's biggest regret. And his regret became my biggest mission, because at that moment, I realized the horrifying truth that I was building the exact same fragile life that haunted my father until his last breath. So I spent the last decade helping 7, 8, 9-figure founders escape the prison of their own success. And here's what I've learned. The most dangerous businesses aren't even the failing ones. They're the successful ones, just like in my case. And these are the ones that are secretly fragile, because when a fragile business finally breaks, it doesn't just take your company down. It takes down your marriage, your relationships with your kids, and really it takes your sanity down with it. So here's some warning signs. Warning sign number 1 is if every client crisis, every hiring decision, every urgent problem still flows through you, you're not running a business. You're running a very expensive consulting practice with employees. I hate to be that frank with you, but it's true. And here's the brutal test, that if you disappeared for a couple of weeks, would your business thrive? Would it survive? Or would it collapse? Now, if the answer isn't thrive, in that it not only maintains but grows, then you've built your success on the most fragile foundation possible. You built it on yourself, and the foundation is cracking every single day. Again, this was me. Warning sign number 2 is when your team waits for your green lights to breathe. They're not executing, they're orbiting around you in chaos. You've accidentally trained them to be helpless, and that's why projects will drag on forever. This is why meetings multiply like a cancer, and this is why your Slack never stops buzzing. You think you're being helpful, but you're actually creating the very dependency that's slowing and strangling your freedom, and that's something we got to fix. Warning sign number 3 is your ability to relax depends on how quiet your phone is, or your business doesn't serve you. It owns you. If you have to wait until it quiets down, it's not serving you at all. And you can feel it in your body, can't you? The constant hum of anxiety, the feeling like the other shoe's about to drop. That's a real inability to truly connect even while you're on vacation, and that's something that I've had to deal with before too. And that's not intuition. That's not being dedicated. That's fragility eating you up alive from the inside. And here's what most founders don't realize until it's too late, is that business fragility is like a family emergency. I've watched brilliant entrepreneurs over the years lose their marriages because they couldn't step away from their successful business. The stats are brutal, okay? Most women, they think about divorce for 2 years before they ever even say it out loud. And when it happens, you lose half your net worth, you lose your daily relationship with your kids, and the life that you thought you were building, poof, all gone. And this isn't just about business performance. This is about saving families before the fragility destroys them. So let me tell you about 3 founders who escaped the fragility trap. My friend Vinny was drowning in 80-hour weeks. He was convinced that his business would die without him. We rebuilt it around systems instead of his personal heroics. Now it runs better without him. Now my friend Stacy, he went from answering Slack during his daughter's bedtime to working 30-hour weeks. His daughter asked him, "Daddy, can we keep doing the school pickups like this every single day?" And then my friend Greg, he passed a 3-week absence test while cutting $60,000 a month in waste. His daughter told her friend, "My dad is always here now." Now that's not luck. That happens when you build resilience instead of fragility. And so when you install things like decision rights, dashboards, and rhythms that work without you, your team stops depending on you and starts depending on the systems that you've built. Your profit grows from efficiency, not from effort. Your anxiety disappears because your business is bulletproof, and your family finally gets the best of you, not the exhausted leftovers that you've been giving time and time again. And this is how you go from the fragile founder to the free architect. And here's the truth that will haunt you if you ignore it. Your children won't remember how many millions you made. They will remember who was there, and that was you. Now, when you build a business that runs without you, they'll remember you as a present father, someone who is engaged and available for them, not missing the moments that matter. And when you build a fragile business that owns you, they'll remember the empty chair and the broken promises. All right, so which memory are you creating right now? Now, that's exactly why I wrote the book, Buy Back Time Formula, because fragile businesses don't just steal your time, they steal your family's future. If you recognize yourself in any of these warning signs, you're not broken, you're just building on the wrong foundation. I was doing it too, but I changed. And it's time to build resilience right now. It's time to reclaim your time and buy back what matters most. You can start at buybacktimeformula.com/YT book. Just pay shipping. It's a thick book. It's 128 pages. You'll put it next to your desk. It'll be your battle plan to get you out from being the bottleneck to being the present father that you want to be while your business continues to grow, because your family's future depends on the decision that you make right now. So go get the book, and I'll see you on the inside.